Good afternoon, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Thursday afternoon, May 14th. Wild day here in the SPY. Looking at the last 2 days of the market profile of the SPY ETF. Everything and anything happened today. We opened lower. We actually SPY gap lower by 2 cents, believe it or not. Absolutely drove down. Got below last week's low by almost $2, by almost $3. I'm sorry. $2.70 or whatnot. So we absolutely annihilated last week's low after we took out yesterday's low. B period starts, and by the way, look at these bad ticks all over. Today's low in the SPY is 276.37, not 272.99, I think was the bad tick. So again, these ticks are horrible. They absolutely distort the charts and everything else, especially if you're not in front of it watching it all day. B period, took out A's low, didn't get much lower, only 24 cents, got back into range, and basically that was all she wrote was for the sellers. So after 2 days and 2 time frames, now this is how I tried to tell my room. We were 294 on Tuesday. Thursday morning, we were 276. We went down $18 in 2 days and 2 time frames. A little stretched out? I think so. So I think the market just got too stretched out. Once we stopped the 1 time framing down, once we got into yesterday's range again, now the shorts started panicking. And that's exactly what happened. They tried a couple of times to push back down. E period was the last chance. Never saw the opening again. Something changed, and we just ripped higher. Had an afternoon pullback low in K, and then went out with a price probe and a price spike to the upside. Volume right now, 116 million. We did 144 million yesterday with the after hours. So we're going to do probably 125, 130. So again, over the average, nothing great, but certainly better than what we've seen. Good day in the room today. A lot of fluid changes taking place from early in the day when I said I would not be a buyer at all here until something changes. Well, something changed when C took out B's high. So, again, interesting day. The question is this just the market getting too short, and this is short covering? Is this we have options expirations tomorrow? They're trying to pin it somewhere. Would you be surprised if we closed at 287 tomorrow? I certainly wouldn't. We went from an opportunity of an outside week down. The way this thing finished, if we rip higher, who knows? Maybe we'll have an outside week up. We need some rally again tomorrow, but I wouldn't put anything past this market. As far as my trades, A period. Again, it battled. I thought we would battle the opening and yesterday's low a couple of times, and we really didn't. But I did say whoever wins the opening and yesterday's low is going to win the day. Well, after 3 time frames, and when E came down, couldn't take it, the buyers won the day. Now, my value, I'm in 10-tick increments here. My value was lower to overlapping to lower to unchanged, and then believe it or not, I closed overlapping to lower again. I believe the ES was totally unchanged. So even on that rip higher, my value went a little lower. So I ended overlapping to lower. A period. Took a short when we got below the opening. When it ran down, turned out to be a very nice trade. Got above the opening again. What the best trade of the day, not the bit of the day, but of that time frame, is it ripped a bit up into M range, failed, got through it, and then really ripped down. Didn't get that one, but I had a nice short. Took another short in B period. When we came up, didn't get near the opening, said value's lower, took a short, wrote it back down to A's low. So those were 2 short plays. Now, I took, even though C stopped the 1 time framing, I took 2 short plays. One was better than the other. I took the first one right before C took out B's high. And I knew that one wasn't going to go well. I got out of it as soon as it got to the opening when we stopped the 1 time framing down and went basically balance. But then C ripped up. And as it came back down, I took another quick one right below the opening that worked out. But I didn't stay married to it because I knew at that time something had changed, even though we came back through the opening. D period. Took a long against the single prints. Now, here's another thing. We had a chance for a trend day up. We had 4 sets of single prints, all 4 filled. So a very good day for the bulls, no doubt, but they could not hold 1 set of single prints, although we do have the price probe and price spike, which is impressive. I took a long against the single prints in D. It worked out. When it went back up, we were still 1 time framing up. I took a short in E when we took out. I took a short 2 times in E, which worked out pretty nicely. I think once we filled the single prints in D, when E got up to around C's high, failed, took it, and I did it again. I took a nice short in H when we had another set of single prints. I said, these single prints are going to get filled. Oh, before I did that, I apologize. I took another long in D, right when D took out F's high, because I figured we were going to pop the top, and we did. And then I took a short in H to see single prints fill. And I took another set in I and carried them to J, not at the top. When I went back, was around here, looked like we were going to fill the other set of single prints, and went back up, took it, came in, took some off. J came up, took more. It was a beautiful trade, came down, filled the single prints, and got out. I didn't do anything after that. That last short that I filled in J. I thought we thought it might be the afternoon pullback low. K started and we had only 1 reversal bar today. K went up, took out J's high, and then took out the low. Now, K does become our afternoon pullback low. To be quite honest with you, when it did that, I thought our chance of going back and taking out the day's high will reduce pretty good. Obviously, I was wrong. L period went up, and then M did a couple of rips. I did nothing. Really best watch. I think I might have taken 1 small call play in M, but actually, I did very, very little. I just watched. When the algos get that agitated and that excited, I'm just going to sit there and let them do their thing. I had a good day prior to that. I wasn't going to mess it up in M period at all. M period went open, actually, took out L's high and came all the way in for a while and then ripped higher. So it wasn't like M open, came down, tapered, you could get long, and then it ripped. It did a dance above L, all the way down, and then rip higher. So good day overall. The room seemed to have a very good day. Obviously, with this kind of volatility, the market can be forgiven. If you do have a bad trade, it's giving you a lot more opportunities to get it back. All right, destinations for tomorrow. First one on the upside will be today's high of 285.11. Then we don't have anything to 287.19, which was yesterday's high. And that's another thing I told my room. I said, if we get accepted back into here, obviously your first destination is going to be right around where the single prints start, right? And that's what happened. D period got up, failed a little bit around M's high, and rolled over. But the second time we got there in G, I knew that's when I took the long. I'm sorry. I took the long in G period because I said, I know these single prints are going to fill, and I carried the single prints until we filled them in H. And then I took that short in I and J. It was really one trade, long in G, H, short in I, J. But you knew something had changed. So the first stop was single prints and yesterday's value high. Got there, and then what happened? That's when I took the short. Now we go down and fill the single prints. It's very mechanical. And then L and M did their own thing. I said there's a void above these single prints to yesterday's high. Well, they took advantage of it late in the day. So 287.19 will be next. And then above that, we have nothing until the 12th price probe low, right? The base of it, 289.56. And then we have the single prints, 289.90, get filled at 290.24, and then the price spike from May 12th, 290.50. So today is May 14th. In 2 trading days, we have a price spike and a price probe that have to get filled when we went down. And now today we have a price spike and a price probe this way. Which one's going to get filled first? For the downside, our first destination will be today's price probe, 284.10, L's high. Then 283.65, price spike, from today, eyes high. 281.05, our afternoon pullback low. And then 276.37, today's low. So as impressive as a day as this was, if these price spikes and price probes don't hold, again, there's not a lot to lean on down to today's low. Voids and vacuums. Price seeks its level. That's how it works, and that's what the algorithms did today. Okay, let's go to the charts. Monthly. Remember I said the trend line? Again, I had to fix that bad print. I fixed it on the weekly and daily. I forgot this is the monthly. This is a new monthly low on that bad tick. Well, the monthly low is 276.37, not 272.99, so I'll have to fix that. So right now, we dip below the trend line and finish above it. Still an inside month. Buyers are trying to get their mojo back to take it out to the upside. Weekly. Took out last week's high, took out last week's low. Now we're right at 285. What do we do tomorrow? Do we go and have an outside week up or an outside week down, or do we close somewhere in the middle and have a really nice 3-week balance? We only stretched the bottom of it. We stretched it pretty good, but we're firmly back inside of the last 2 weeks, so that's just balance. And then on the daily, this is a 25-day balance. It's a huge balance. 294.88 is the high. 271.41 is the low. And in the past 3 trading days, we got to within $4 of the upside of it and $5 to the downside of it. And now we're firmly back in the middle of it. Again, as wild as these moves have been, the market is in balance, and that's a market waiting for more market-generated information. Hope you had a good day trading. Have a great night. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org, and I'll speak to you prior to the opening tomorrow.